For a long time, we've been wondering about The Rock at WrestleMania 32. I can go back to WrestleMania 31 weekend. Definitely, it was a big pick-me-up to the whole weekend when Brock Lesnar announced on SportsCenter that he was re-signing with the company. Immediately, rumors were coming out that WWE was planning on having The Rock versus Brock main event, WrestleMania 32, that was a big match that people wanted to see I guess you can say the rematch from SummerSlam 2002. Definitely you can go back to when Rock was storming the halls of the WWE Titan Towers looking for Triple H, trying to get revenge for WrestleMania 29, that he, basically stopped and locked up with a Rock poster that was on the wall. It was definitely very intentional by Brock to bring attention to the fact that Brock didn't like Rock, and that he was probably looking to have a main event match that was going to bring in probably the most dollars that WWE had seen in a long time. We've been fighting off the rumors ever since Rock really returned. I remember thinking that Rock versus Brock was going to happen at 29. I thought it was going to happen at 30. The rumors were it was going to happen at 32. And then the rumors started to come out that Rock was going to make Baywatch, and the company wouldn't give him insurance if he was going to be wrestling, which then would hold up the Baywatch movie. So basically, he had to be put on hold that Rock wasn't going to be wrestling a match. But then the announcement came that Rock was going to be at WrestleMania, and when they put up the sort of, I guess you can say, trailer or commercial or the best of Rock at WrestleMania, it really makes it look like Rock is going to be wrestling in a match. So no one really knows what is going on. I mean, you go back a few weeks, Rock put up a video on Twitter talking about how big WrestleMania was going to be in there, and he even says, tweet me your ideas on what you think I should do at WrestleMania. To me, that ultimately means that WWE has no plan on what he's going to be doing. Dave Meltzer says it best, is that, Rock has told WWE he's going to show up, and WWE is so far in the Rock business that they're so excited that he's going to be there, and he's such a big star, they're going to do whatever he wants to do. It's almost like, WrestleMania 9 with Hulk Hogan. Like, if I would bet you that if Rock says that he wants to become champion, they'll let Rock beat Roman Reigns, even if it makes no sense in what's going to be doing, because they're so in debt to try and make this the biggest WrestleMania of all time. To get The Rock there, they're basically going to do whatever they think that he should do. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer were talking about this, and they were trying to figure out what the hell he was going to do. And I know I know that Brian really didn't mean this. I bet that they're looking at the New Day with 3 guys going up against the League of Nations, which is 4 guys. There's been rumor that this is going to be a 3-on-4. Some people think it's going to be a 4-on-4 with the New Day bringing in a new person. Some people think it's just going to be a normal 2-on-2 tag match for the tag titles. But, Brian Alvarez just was spitballing things and said, what if Rock wants to show up and, be the 4th man, where he would come in, he'd hit a rock bottom, he'd help the New Day beat the League of Nations, he could probably hit a people's elbow, he doesn't have to work a full match, he just gets to, highlight his moves, and, honestly, in my mind, I think that's one of the stupidest ideas of all time. I know that you can draw a line connecting the New Day and The Rock because of the promo that they did on Monday Night Raw, battling back against each other, and that was the last time we saw him. I can't remember exactly when that was. I think that was the build up to the Royal Rumble. It was the last time Raw was in Miami, where Rock was filming Ballers for HBO, but, to me, it doesn't really make sense because Rock was against the New Day at the time. I think the Usos came out to make the save, to make it 3-on-3. But it just sounds really, really weird and really, really messed up to me. The best chance scenario that I could see for Rock coming out is being able to sort of interfere in the Hell in a Cell Shane versus Undertaker match. It's going to be weird because a lot of people, I think, are going to interfere in that match, and it's not so much that Rock is connected to Shane. It's not so much that Rock is connected to The Undertaker. But I guess you would think that Vince McMahon is going to be at least ringside. If not, he's going to come down and interact in the match, seeing how his livelihood. And it's weird because it's debatable on which match is going to be the main event. I think it's going to be Roman versus Triple H. A lot of people think that it's going to be Shane versus Taker. But if Shane versus Taker goes on before Triple H versus Rock, I don't see Triple H getting involved in it. But even if it's the next match and they go back to back, I could see Triple H getting involved in the match, seeing how the Authority's livelihood is on the line. Basically, where Shane was saying that if the Authority, doesn't, well, if Shane wins, the Authority's basically going to be fired because he's tired of dealing with their bullshit, and he thinks he's one of the reasons why WWE is in the shitter right now, is because the Authority keeps on making the rules to basically be in the favor of the people that they want to win, and they're, controlling the championship and holding a lot of people down. Rock, who I think is a babyface in WWE, I think that he is sort of he's the people's champion, so he fights for what the people believe it. I see that, wrestling fans are sort of in arms about, the way Raw is, and Shane is saying that he's going to bring changes to Raw. So I see that The Rock could be that deciding factor in there, but also at the same time, I think that's where Stone Cold Steve Austin fits in. I think that's where, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, I see a lot of these people interacting in this match. It could be the best of the Attitude Era. I don't even really, I was watching WrestleMania 17, and a lot of the people that were on WCW's side throughout the war, aren't even with the company anymore. I don't know if you're going to bring out, Shane McMahon, Booker T, the Mean Street Posse, and think that that's going to be able to fight off the Attitude Era, with the Dream Team of WWE, because so many guys from WCW aren't in the company anymore. But they'll figure something out. The Rock's going to be a big deal at WrestleMania. Definitely, he's going to be one of the people that is highlighted when Sports Center shows the highlights of WrestleMania 32. I'm glad that he's going to be there. I wish that he was wrestling in a match, so it's not. So we're going to have to find the best case scenario to fit The Rock being at Mania that makes sense.